Hi, it's Andrew here at Bayside. We just had a great weekend teaching on habits. We were talking about the hidden years of Jesus, the 91% of his life. What was he doing? He was making habits. And we learned this here, that Jesus grew from the habit of living, and he had to live through difficulties and tensions. And how did he do that? He did that with style. And you're going to hear a great illustration here from a wonderful composer that somehow relates to our Christ, that relates to our lives today. Hopefully this really blesses you.
A guy I read recently went to a lecture in London about stem cell research, and one of the leading geneticists in the world was there, and there was a Q&A time at the end, and someone said, well, if we could get some of the DNA of Beethoven, could we clone him? You know, could we get another guy who could write all these symphonies? And he says, well, if we could get the right sample, maybe in a few years, technically, we probably could reproduce someone that looks like Beethoven, that could be his like twin, have physical similarities. I suppose as well, we could teach him to play the piano. But what you would need to do as well is you would need to get him an alcoholic, abusive, violent father that beat up on him, and you need to ensure that in his mid-teens that the woman of his dreams, who was his mother, dies at that time. You'd need to kill her as well and bring that level of devastation into his life. You'd need to make him a manic depressive who starts losing his hearing in his early 20s in order to really get the genius of the 3rd to the 9th symphonies. Yes? I want you to look at me here. Your genius lies so much in your surroundings, and your habits are embedded in those things. And you can either go, you know what, I'm not going to be wise in this, and I'm going to pick up bad habits that are just a reactionary because of my world. But what did Jesus do? Even in difficulties and challenging times, he said, I'm going to pick up good habits because I got a purpose in my life that God has called me to. My Father has put me on this earth to glorify his name, and I'm living for the 9%, and I'm going to make sure the 91% looks after the 9%. Yes?